What's up, everyone? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with SPY, Tesla, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to break down what's going on with the market in terms of our data. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. So with CPI, I just want to mention that yesterday the market got a nice pump, and then this morning we did pump a little bit, but the move is so far not doing the best of jobs at holding up, and that's why I want to give you guys a warning about this. So yes, we pushed to just under 544, but SPY was not able to crack it. And as a result, we're starting to turn a little bit downwards. In my opinion, we're starting to see some bars trying to defend us near 541.5. That's going to be a tight level. And if that fails to hold, our next target is going to be all the way down here around 540. We got to hold 540. If we don't hold this 20 EMA in the 1 hour time frame, this 540 area, SPY is going to be dumping all the way down to 538 at the least. So you want to be very careful with this if we end up losing these key supports. We had a slight bearish divergence that developed on the charts, and we're looking a little bit lackluster right now. Volume isn't that great, and we didn't do a great job at holding up above our key level. But I'm going to give it some time because the 4 hour is looking a little bit weak right now if we do get a close on the 4 hour time frame. So in a couple of hours, if we maintain the structure, it's going to start to look like SPY might get a little dip. So it's not looking that great so far for the bulls. We did try to push. We saw an attempt to push, and I was actually, liking what the chart was looking like in the beginning, but unfortunately, we weren't able to crack that resistance at 544, so we're starting to look a little bit lackluster. So it's not confirmed yet. We haven't really even lost like 540 yet. We're still pretty elevated. We're only down about 0.08% for the day. But I'm just trying to say that there is a risk of us dipping looking at the way things are looking so far. And if that 540 area doesn't hold us, I think things could shift in favor of the bears. So just be very, very careful, guys. Let's see if SPY could hold above 540. Looking a little bit lackluster so far. If 540 breaks, I'd be looking at 538 and eventually 535. All right, so I want to be 100% honest about that. I'm not saying it's happening yet. We're going to get this big drop. I'm saying that we're showing weakness right now, and there's a risk of it. So just be very mindful of that. Even if you look at Nvidia, we pumped all the way up to just under my target of 120, only to reject. So I'm looking at, I called out 116. I said if we break below that, we're looking at 113 as a potential target. There's also support at 115, but I just wanted to say that there is a risk of us dipping lower. We could be approaching that 113 support or 200 EMA. If that breaks, we're going down to 109. So be careful, guys. We're looking a little lackluster if we lose support. Bitcoin was supposed to try to break past 61,700 to turn bullish. Because we got this big rejection on Bitcoin, that's taking us down to about 58,800, if not lower. This also could be a double top forming on Bitcoin, so this could lead to more downside. So please be careful. This also resembles an M, so a double top rejection. Tesla was trying to pump. I said we need to break past 211. I was hoping it would hold up better, but unfortunately, it got a nice intraday rejection. So this implies that our support is currently at 202. We got to try to reclaim that to turn back up at least. If not, if we can't reclaim 202, there's a risk of us filling this imbalance all the way down towards the 198 area. So be very, very mindful of that there is a risk of downside in the markets and also for Tesla. For the QQQ, we hit our 200 EMA around 464. It did reach my target. I said if we broke that, we'd be looking for 468, but instead of breaking it, we rejected off 464. So now we're looking at our supports. We're basically trying to hold around 460, that zone. If that doesn't hold, I think 458 is likely coming. And if that breaks, we're going all the way down to about 454 all over again. So just be careful, guys. We're looking a little bit more lackluster on the QQQ. Could be a potential rejection. Aapl pumped all the way up to about 222. I was hoping it would go a little higher, but instead we're just kind of struggling right now. So I'm going to be looking at 220 as support, if not 217. I need to make a big adjustment right here. The IWM had to break past 212 to turn bullish. It tried to break only to reject, so it pumped only to reject. So we're going to be looking at support around 207. If 207 fails this year, we're coming back down to 204. Coinbase is kind of following Bitcoin. We pushed up to about 204. We reached my target only to reject, so the market pushed only to reject. If we don't hold 188, we're going to be looking for this gap fill all the way down to about 179, so be careful over there. On Amzn, we hit 171 only to reject, so look at 168 as support. If that fails us, we're going to be dipping. Meta hit 530, that was my target, but now Be careful if the market rejects, we could see meta dip. So as long as we hold above 525, we're going to be fine. If we lose that, guys, be careful. Microsoft is also turning a look at support as 412. If that fails, we're going back down to 409. We're barely holding that right now, and we have 416 as resistance. And Google has been lackluster. It's actually dipping pretty hard now. We're going to be looking at support all the way down here on 158 to see if that holds. So be mindful of that. The VIX has dumped quite a bit, but now it's at support at its 200 EMA. So we'll see if 17.36 holds on the VIX. And if you get a bounce here, that could be a sign the market's going to reject. So please be very mindful of that. Be very, very careful. I do see a risk of downside in the markets. The market is really turning right here. So please be very careful, guys, about the way things are moving. I just want to give you guys a very, very quick update about this. All right. So a lot of CPI was probably priced in after all. I was hoping the market would push higher. I was looking at some nice signals, but unfortunately, we did push higher only to reject. And now the market's looking like it might turn. There could be a pivot if we lose key supports. So the market is starting to turn. It's not like this is a big move already. SPY is just barely starting to show signs. So it's just getting started. There's still plenty of time to like play this. So don't worry too much. Do what you have to do, guys. And I'll see you guys in a couple of hours for another update. So thank you for listening and peace out.